Okay, so this is going to be an overview of the new build I've been trying out for the Shi Mizu's Haori Legendary. Let's see. Basically the concept here is that the legendary passive of this armor is that whenever you're below 24% life, all of your attacks are guaranteed critical hits. So I tried to make a build that kept me below 24% life permanently, so I'd have a 100% chance to crit. My gear is actually not particularly well suited for this because it's the gear I was using from before the patch hit, before I looked into this armor, so I think there could definitely be improvements, but basically I just have my old Scorn, good crit damage, strength. Basically everything's focusing on vitality, strength, all res, and critical hit damage. Critical hit chance is not something I care about, but some of my pieces still have it on it. So, I got just a vitality, crit damage ring, strength, attack speed, gloves, all res, and stats, shoulders, massive life, helmet, big crit damage, strength amulet. This is actually an interesting piece as well because I use Seismic Slam on the build, so this additional 24% damage for knocked back enemies will play into it as well. And on top of that, good strength and vitality. Hellfire ring, some weapon throw damage increase, and a bunch of movement speed. So what's interesting about these boots, by the way, if you didn't know, your movement speed can go beyond the movement speed cap with these, so you can get some pretty high movement speed. So that's basically the build. My all resists are pretty low right now because of some of the items I swapped out. I think if it was higher it would be better. About a massive crit damage, a bunch of strength, and as much life as I could get. So, in terms of the skills, I'm running Mighty Throw, which I don't actually use that often, but is nice to have in case you need Fury. It also keeps you out of harm's way, so this build is kind of focused around taking damage and then being as far removed from the damage as possible once you're low on health. Then we have Furious Charge with Motionless Assault rune. This lets me sort of build up Fury, and I can charge in and charge out of big groups. Lets you break things like Jailer, and all around useful for avoiding damage, as well as dealing some. We have Seismic Slam. This is our damage dealer. It's very expensive Fury-wise, but because we're going to be running the Relentless passive, it's actually not too bad. It only costs, I think, 7.5 Fury to cast when Relentless is up. Then Ignore Pain. I'm not sure what rune to use. So far I'm using Bravado, just because, again, being feared, stunned, immobilized, slowed, all those things can really be problematic when you only have 20% of your max health. War Cry for more health, Blood Rage, Bloodshed because it does a bunch of damage. Then we got Superstition, Ruthless, and Relentless. These two are going to help us survive, Relentless specifically, and Ruthless just because it's great. So that's that. Let me go see if I can find some enemies to show off the build. So basically, the idea is you just sort of go out, find a pack of guys, let them wail on you until you are hurt. This is Torment 4, by the way. So then you charge out, and you Seismic Slam for 1,000,000 damage. I was actually doing a lot more damage before, but I changed my boots out for these movement speed boots because I thought it would be fun to watch. Now what actually ends up being tricky is that you need to try to maintain low health, which is harder than it sounds. You end up picking up health globes, you end up doing all kinds of things that are bad for trying to maintain a low HP.
Not enough Fury.
This guy is knockback resistant, which will make this a little bit more difficult.
I'm healed.
Sometimes you actually have to hurt yourself by running into some of these elemental damages that your superstition has will help you survive. You also have to be willing to use a potion if you get low on health. The worst case is that you have to rebuild up your fury, your health.
I am badly hurt.
Back to low health, and we'll just finish him off somewhere. Now, I mean, that looked like it took a while, but again,
Fine work.
I mean, first of all, this was a terrible room for it because the guy was knockback resistant and there was nowhere to run.
I have been hit.
Nowhere to kite him. But I was still able to do it without dying, without really risking too much. What I found was that with Relentless, I was really amazed at how much it makes you survive when you're at low health. Because there's a pretty small window here that we're working with. You know, we only have 115,000 health, so that means that we need to be about below 30,000 health to get the bonus of the build. You can see now, even though my health is low, it's not low enough. I'm not actually critting. Fall off. I'm not paying attention, trying to make a video.
I am badly hurt.
The other thing you're going to have to get used to if you try to run this is that your health is always going to be low enough. You're going to have to deal with the stupid blood stains around the edge of the screen. So you can see here my life on hit is actually too high. It's keeping me healthier than I need to be. Let's go somewhere with a bit more mobs. We can test this out here. Just hurt myself a little bit.
I'm hurt. Need more time.
You also have to be careful to avoid health wounds, which was not something I've never had to deal with before. It's also one of the few times where reflect damage has been something that I've liked in a pack. Very uncommon.
I need fury.
Struggling a little bit here. Let's take some damage.
I am badly hurt.
Oh, walls. Put him back.
Wolf Capos, guide my hand. I need aid. Badly hurt. Die!
Yeah, so like I said, you do have to be willing to use a potion when you know that your number's up.
Not ready yet.
Now, again, unfortunately, the build is better at dealing with regular packs as opposed to elites, because any elite that can't be knocked back is going to have a pretty big damage reduction, at least for me, because I'm running that those strong arm bracers.
I'm hurt. Die!
But if all you want to do is farm whites,
Heal.
that's pretty damn good.
I need aid.
I'm back! I'm back! You can dry your tears.
I'm hurt. Back to hell, dog.
You also get a lot of survival bonuses. Tyrael, you scared me. I don't know exactly how I did that.
I'm here.
Creatures even come from.
I'm hurt. Help returned. I am badly hurt. I am grateful for your aid.
So yeah,
This
that's the build. Let me know what you
I'll
think.
bet you didn't expect
I'm
someone
having a
like
good
me
time
to
with
help
it. I'm
you out.
actually able to do Torment 4 a lot better with this build than I was able to do with my Hammer of the Ancients build. I hope it wasn't too long. And yeah, alright.